안녕하세요. Today I'm going to talk about how to say you in Korean. You, you. Have you ever wondered how to say you in Korean? There are many ways to say this, but for beginners, you need to know that you sometimes in Korean do not exist. So what the does that mean, right? The hell does that mean? That you does not exist in word. Sometimes we Korean people say just you without actually explicitly saying you. So instead, we will say, Korean people will say you address this other person, not you, but either their occupation, their or their status sometimes if they are if you guys work together their like level in the organization or sometimes they will say as a they will call you a teacher like sir or miss like that in Korean or they will just completely omit and just say without even addressing because sometimes it's difficult to see how to address this person without saying it you. Okay, so long story short, you can call in Korean in word 당신. 당신. 당신 is you, and it is polite in dictionary term. 당신 is a polite form. However, it is not common to call people 당신 because it's a little bit uncommon. And sometimes if you call 당신, it can mean two different things. One, 당신 as it's for married couples usually. 당신. If you husband addressing his wife, wife addressing her husband, they call each other 당신 sometimes. Or if you want to convey that you have this certain distance, you want to you don't want to get too close, then you can call 당신. However, it is also important that, you know, calling somebody 당신 means a little bit like you want to keep some distance from this person. It doesn't feel that close. So that's one word. So that's why probably people don't say that word a lot and you wouldn't hear a lot. And another term you can also say is 그쪽, 그쪽. Literally, it means your side, like your side. 그쪽, over there. How about you? Like 그쪽, on your side, like that, your side. But, for example, if I want to say, how about you, right? How about you? You can say 그쪽은요, 그쪽은요. But this one is also a little bit, you don't know each other that well, so you want to keep some distance. That's a little bit, that context is underneath that word. So know that. All right. So, you know, how about so how do Korean people actually say it, right? They would either completely omit, like I said. For example, if you say, "Are you Korean?" in Korean, 한국인이세요? Or 한국 분이세요? Like that. Then they will say, "Yes, I'm Korean." 네, 맞아요. You might say, people say, 그쪽은요? 그쪽은요? Or they will completely omit and then they will actually repeat the question again. 한국 분이세요? Like that. That's a very common way to just communicate without even saying the you part, right? So that's also important. And then you also know that if you are talking in casual tone, you can say 너, 너는, 너는. Like, how about you? 너 is actually you in casual tone, not polite tone. It's not polite to call anyone 너 because like I said, Korea is based on this hierarchy based on the age, right? If you don't know this one, you should know and go back to the previous video that I talk about this everything Korean 101 crash course. Okay, so that's also very common. And okay, what about that sir or miss, right? It is often, sometimes you hear this word, 선생님. 선생님 means actually a teacher, but you can call anybody 선생님. Like whether she's a woman, whether she's a man, whether she's old, whether she's young, you can call 선생님 to anybody. And that's very a general term to address without knowing their names, right? For example, if you want to say, what is your name, right? How should I call you? So you can say, 선생님 성함은 어떻게 되세요? Or 선생님 존함은 어떻게 되세요? So that's also a very common way to say 선생님, 선생님, right? That's also very common. And one more thing that I want to hear say is that have you ever heard of this 님 or she? 님 or she usually goes hand in hand with the person's name, and then you add this 님 or she at the end of the name. So that's like a Mr., like something like that kind of stuff. However, it is very polite to say, for example, my name is 종우 and 종우님, 종우님. That's very polite. And it almost sounds to me that I am a customer or I'm a very royal VIP member of somebody, 종우님. So it's very nice to hear this word. But if somebody just says, your name and then 님, it's very polite. So you can call anybody something something 님. But if you omit the name, if you don't know their names, just by alone, 님 doesn't work when you are making conversation with Korean in person. So online, sometimes they say 님은요. It's like a gaming term, 님은요. But in person, it's very weird to say 님은요. Like 님. That alone doesn't work. Same goes with she. The word name and then she. For example, 종우 씨, that's also very common at workplace if you want to call somebody. And that's very polite way to say. However, if somebody's older than you want to be careful by calling somebody she because that's a little bit casual. So you'd rather stick to someone name and then add nim. That's also very nice. Okay, so don't just say 님은요 like without saying their name, without knowing their name. If you should know their name if you want to use that one. Okay, so that's about it. And then if you have any questions, so I hope you learned something very important. And I think nobody teaches you this one. And if you have gained some valuable lesson, let me know down the comment what you think about this. And let me know what you want to know next topic. And I will provide you Korean perspective and I will help you out with your Korean journey. Until then, 안녕히 계세요.